Hey guys, it's Weston here. So today I'm going to be taking a look at the SoundPeats A1 Bluetooth headphones. So I'd just like to say a huge thank you to SoundPeats for sending these out to review. So let's not waste any more time and just jump straight into it. So let's kick off by talking about what's in the box. So included with the headphones you get a flat 3.5 to 3.5mm cable if you want to use these wired. You also get a charging cable for obviously charging the headphones because they're Bluetooth, and you also get a instruction manual and a not very nice carry pouch. It's good that it's included, but it's not the best quality. So now let's take a quick look around the headphones. So you can see on both sides of the headphones we've got the SoundPeats logo finished off in a sort of off-white colour, and all the headphones are finished in black. It is a matte black, so it does attract a little bit of sort of finger grease and stuff like that, but they do wipe down pretty easily. So looking around the headphones, you can see we've got a split design on the actual arm, and going up onto the arm we've actually got your left and right indicators finished off in again black, which makes it really difficult to see in certain lights. Speaking of the arms, these actually are curved. In theory that looks nice, but when you're actually wearing them they do stick out from your head quite a lot and look very awkward in my opinion. Moving around onto the headband next, and this is actually really deceiving. It looks like you're getting a really generous amount of padding, whereas in fact it's just more puffy and there's actually not that much padding at all. Then we move around onto the ear cups, and on here we've got all your buttons because obviously these are wireless. So on here you've got a microphone because these can be used for calls, you've got a play pause button and your skip track buttons as well. And then on the other side we've got your volume rocker, your power switch, and then a little cover which houses the 3.5mm jack and your charging port. So all in all for design, I mean, they're more functional than they are stylish. Moving on to build quality next, and again, they're not that impressive to be honest. It's all plastic, and it's not exactly what I'd call good quality plastic either. There's a lot of flex, a few creaks, and they're just generally not that well put together. The cable on the other hand feels pretty decent. It's flat style, it's got a nice soft touch finish to it, and it's actually reasonably well built. Back to the headphones now, and like I said, there's a lot of flex, there's a lot of giving them, and they're just generally not that well put together. Some of the material choices obviously reflect the really cheap price, so the ear cup padding is a little bit on the rougher side, and like I said, the headband padding is not that impressive either. Moving on to comfort next, and actually things aren't looking that great either here. Like I said, the headband padding is very deceiving and there isn't actually that much. The curvature of the headband is not that well designed either, and like I said, it does stick out from your head and it doesn't conform to sort of the shape of your head, and it just makes them a little bit uncomfortable. Then we get onto the ear cups, and these are an over-ear design, so they do actually fit around your ears pretty nicely, but again, they're not the most comfortable. There's not enough padding and the ear cushions are not a very nice material. So I did notice quite a bit of ear fatigue when wearing these, which over a long listening session I found them really uncomfortable. So now we get onto sort of your connectivity and your battery life. So battery life next, and they actually lasted a pretty respectable 16.5 hours, and that was at around 50% volume. Now they do have a quoted time of 15 hours, so to get an extra hour is not that bad. Then when it comes to actually pairing the headphones, you do get a little red and blue flashing light to let you know that it is in pairing mode, and pairing is pretty much straightforward and simple like most other Bluetooth devices. So now we get on to noise isolation and leak, and again they perform really poorly here. Like I said, they are an over-ear design, but they don't seem to seal that well because the padding's really hard and it doesn't sort of conform to the shape of your head very well. So you do get little gaps, and it does obviously leak sound and let sound in. So first up is isolation, and I do try these on public transport to get a good idea of how much noise they block out. These didn't do that well at all. Even with my music on around 60%, I could still hear quite a lot of background noise getting through and disrupting my music. Same again with leak. Having these on loud on public transport, people can actually hear what you're listening to, which to be honest for an over-ear design is not that good to be honest. Now we get on to the main event, and that is the sound quality. And I thought things might look up here, but I was disappointed to be honest. Now the bass is pretty unclear, it's a little sort of murky sounding. It's got plenty of punch and kick to it though, and it is really deep. It's just not very good. The mid-range is again really unclear, it's lacking detail, there's virtually no separation, and everything just sort of sounds like a bit of a jumbled mess, to be honest. It's not good at all. The vocals probably the best bit of the sound. It's quite clear and it's very present and forward. It just lacks a little bit of excitement and it is a little bit plain sounding. Then we get onto the high frequencies and they're just pretty much non-existent at all. So overall for the sound, I mean, they're pretty dull, to be honest. They're alright for electronic music, but for anything else, then they're not that great at all. Right guys, so that just about wraps it up for this video. So what do I think of these headphones? Well, to be honest, I'm quite disappointed with them actually. Now I know they're not the most expensive of headphones, but still, they are quite disappointing. The design is quite uninspiring and a little bit bland. The build quality is not impressive at all. They feel really cheap and really plasticky. Comfort again is a real disappointment. If you like listening to music for an hour plus like I do, then they become quite unbearable after that. Then we get onto noise isolation and leak, and again they just didn't perform very well there. Sound quality is again something really disappointing about these headphones. The only good side is the battery life is actually pretty decent, so you can actually get good use out of them, but I'd rather sacrifice that and have better sound quality and better comfort so I can actually use them for longer. So should you actually get some of these headphones? Well, for around £24–25 in the UK and around $30 US, I mean, for say a second pair of sort of travel headphones, then yeah, they might be okay, but for like a main really intense listening set of headphones, no. I'd rather sacrifice the Bluetooth and everything else and get something that obviously looks a little bit better, is a bit better made, and obviously sounds a bit better as well. Right guys, so that is pretty much it for this video. If you've got any questions about this product in particular or anything else, drop me a comment down below and I will answer it for you. So thanks again, and I will see you all on the very next video.